What's going on, everyone? Today we got a 2006 Yamaha Bruin in the shop, and we're going to go through and show you the steps you got to take to get the starter off one of these and replace it. So let's get our tools together and let's get started. Okay, this right here is a 350 Bruin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our tank cover off so we can get access to our motor a little bit better. And we should be able to get our starter from there and sneak it out. If not, then we're going to take our tank off to make everything a little bit easier. First, we're going to take off our gas cap. There would be a bolt and stuff here. This is a used machine, so some of the things are missing. Once you take the bolts out, there should be a bolt right here on top on both sides as well. And this piece here will just pop off. Now we got our cover removed off our gas tank and we got our gas cap back on. Now anytime you're messing with your starter or anything like that, it's a good idea to disconnect your battery. Now as you can see, our bolts that we're going to be dealing with right here are on the back side of this starter. Now I can probably sneak in here and get these bolts loose. I know I can, I've done it before, but for this video and so y'all can see a lot better, I'm going to go ahead and remove this tank. It's going to make it a lot easier on removing the starter and stuff, as well as making it a lot more visual so y'all can see it. Now to remove this tank, you've got a bolt here and a bolt here, and then on the other side you got a bolt in the same places. Along with, we got to remove our gas line, and there's a Phillips head screw in here that you'll need a long bit for to get it out. Now by doing this, you're going to be able to remove your tank and you'll have a lot more free space to get to this. You can get these off. It'll be a little bit more complicated, but it's easier to take your tank off. Whichever one you prefer to do, like I said, so y'all can see what we're doing a lot better. We're going to just remove our tank. It's going to give us a lot more room, and it's going to make it where you can see a lot better. Once you get everything disconnected, this tank will just pull up and pull forward like that. We're just going to set it to the side. We're just going to take, these are just zip ties. We're just going to take and cut these out of the way. That gives us a lot more free access down there to our starter. Now that we got our heat shield out of the way, we've got our starter exposed. You got to take off this nut that holds the power wire. Once you take it off, then we're going to take off our two 8mm that are down there holding the starter on. And once we get these off, sometimes you have to take a small pry bar or something and bump these starters loose because they're stuck just from sitting in one spot over time. We'll see what this one's like once we get to that point. Now that we got both our bolts off, our wire disconnected, now it's time to come around on the left hand side of the machine. Now, I'm not saying you're going to need something this aggressive. This is just what I use. And as you can see, it's come right out with little effort at all. Now, if you're going to do this without removing your tank or anything, the next step you're going to do is take this linkage off. I don't like doing that because sometimes getting these back in the right spot, especially if you're not familiar with it, can be a hassle to getting it to shift like it's supposed to. So since we done got our tank and everything off, and so y'all can see stuff better, I'm just going to take the carburetor loose. We've got two Allen heads right here that got to be taken loose, clamps right here, and we're going to take them loose and just pop our carburetor off, and then our starter will come right through the top. Now that our carburetor's out of the way, as you can see, starter comes right out, and the problem with this one is obvious. So now let's go get our new starter and get it on. Now that we got a new starter, now don't forget guys, in our description of each video, we've got a list of everything you'll need, parts and tools to complete a task like this and any other task to any video you may be watching of anything we're working on. So be sure to check that out down in the description below. Now we'll probably have to have something to help pry this up in there, or you'll have to give it a little wiggle like this. Sometimes putting a little oil or a little grease around that O-ring helps. There was some grease on the surface of the hole, so now we got to reinstall our bolts. This bolt here, you want to make sure you go back up underneath your shift lever. You don't want it to get on top of it and then end up having trouble there. Now while you're tightening this down, you want to be sure, sometimes you have to take a small wrench and hold the nut underneath it, because you can tighten this too much and it will twist and break off inside your starter, and then your starter's no good. So you have to pay close attention while you're doing this. That one didn't move. Everything looks good. Put your rubber cover back on it so you ain't got to worry about nothing arcing off of it. And now all you're going to do is just go back and reverse everything, reinstall your carburetor and everything, put your cover back on, reinstall your tank, and you're going to be good to go. Alright guys, we appreciate you following along. We're fixing to wrap this one up. Like I said, just reverse everything, put your carburetor and stuff back on. If you find videos like this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel here on Crank It. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.